Welcome to Middleway News. We provide the latest news highlights and summaries each day to give you a quick snapshot of what's happening today and why.
Tell us how you feel, really, be honest.
And it's a cover. It's an obvious cover, right? It's like she gets to the point where she doesn't know what she's saying. Even she doesn't know what she's saying. And it's like, ah! And so you feel uncomfortable watching her. And then she gave her first interview to CNN. And suddenly, if that's drunk Kamala, suddenly we're dealing with hungover Kamala. Like, my values haven't changed.
Kamala Harris has historically struggled with public support and has never polled well in general. Her candidacy is often attributed to media manipulation rather than grassroots support.
Do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
At her debate versus Trump, she even dodged the first and simplest question: is the country better off than it was 4 years ago?
Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
We talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people. What are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
She seems afraid to speak with reporters, and she will not do interviews. To date, she has only one solo interview. What is she trying to hide? She has promoted joy, and she says her values haven't changed. But what exactly are those?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
I don't know, and neither do you. Ms. Harris is secretive and unavailable to answer serious questions. It's like she has ghosted the entire country.
I grew up a middle-class kid. So I was raised as a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. So I was raised as a middle-class kid. And she was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager. I grew up.
Thank you for watching the Middleway News Daily Update.
Thank you for experiencing today's Middleway News Daily Update. We hope you enjoyed today's top news highlights and summaries. Be sure to check out our other Middleway News services, products, summaries, updates, videos, podcasts, and more.